Hey there, group fitness instructor students. Instead of doing a virtual classroom meeting today, I'm going to do a short YouTube video just explaining to you what you're going to be doing for this week, only because I am actually out of town and I'm trying to use my hotspot on my phone and it's not working well with virtual classroom, so it keeps kicking me off my audio, so you wouldn't be able to hear me anyways. So doing it this way seems to be working, so I'm going to do just this quick little video to talk you through what you need to be doing this week for coursework. So we are actually on week 7 of the course. So remember, we're only doing a 12-week semester for this particular course. So you're on the downslope now. So for this particular week, you are actually getting into chapters 11 and chapter 12. So remember, chapter 11 actually gets into let me open up the review questions here. Chapter 11 actually gets into the safety aspect of it. So looking at things like, how do we, when participants are in our classes, what are some things that we can do to minimize injury? And if an injury does occur, how do we deal with that particular situation? So it's going to talk about the different exercise-related injuries, and whatnot in that particular chapter 11. So for that chapter, I do again have your PowerPoint presentation here that I'd like you to watch that goes along with the textbook material. And then you have your review questions for the chapter, and then you're just submitting those review questions here. Okay, so there's not any additional videos or reading assignments that go along with chapter 11. So it's pretty short and sweet, but understanding some basic, first aid for some different exercise related injuries that might occur in our group fitness classes. Then chapter 12 in your book actually deals with nutrition. Okay, so we're going to go over the basics of nutrition and talk about the 6 essential nutrients. So you're going to view that PowerPoint presentation, and then I also have an additional video that I'd like you to view for this particular chapter, and then there's actually 2 that deal with nutrition. So this first one right here, and then the second one talking about general training principles and how to incorporate proper nutrition into our exercise programming. Then also I did provide just some helpful formulas and things regarding the glycemic index, because chapter 12 does talk a little bit about carbohydrate and the glycemic index and what that all means. So I did just a short video that kind of goes over what that glycemic index is, but then also I shared some helpful formulas with you, and these are going to be helpful come like test time. So when you take my mock exam and when you take the National Group Fitness Instructor Certification exam, these are all helpful formulas that you might see problems for in those particular exams. So I did post those actual formulas here. Okay, so page 1 of the formulas and then page 2 of the formulas. So I talk about them in my video right here, but then to see the actual handout, I did upload the handout as well. So I would definitely print those off and just use those as study tools when it comes exam time. I also posted just a short video on body mass index and how it should not necessarily be the only indicator of body composition for people, because those folks who are athletes and who are very muscular, if they just use BMI as an indicator of their body composition, it's going to tell people that they're overweight or obese, which that is not necessarily the case when you have a lot of your different athletes. So for those different populations, doing things like skin folds, skin fold calipers to calculate percentage of body fat, or hydrostatic weighing. There's other methods that we can determine body composition that would be better for, per se, an athlete than just using the body mass index formula. So this is just a short couple-minute video that talks about that. That's really interesting. Then, of course, I've got my review questions for chapter 12, and you're going to submit those here. In addition to that, though, for this nutrition chapter, I did post some case studies that I'd like you to complete. So after you've viewed all the chapter materials and watched the videos, I'd like you to also answer these case study questions. So for this first question, you can see I've provided the website where you're using certain nutrition tables from the ACE website to calculate, estimated calorie needs per day. So if you go to those resources, you should be able to answer that question. So just typing your answers to each one of these particular questions regarding nutrition, and then you're going to upload those as well into that nutrition folder, that case study folder here. The last item you have for online work this week is to take that third quiz. That third quiz covers chapters 8 through 10, which we've already been through. So take a few minutes and answer the questions on quiz number 3 as well. As far as our virtual classroom this week, our Zoom classroom meeting that we are going to be doing this Thursday. You can see we did schedule this week in Zoom. What we're going to do is I'm going to put you into groups of 2 to 3 people, and you're going to be presenting the first 15 minutes of your teaching demonstration to your partner. So you're going to get up, you're going to put your camera in a way that you can see each other, and you're going to actually teach 15 minutes of your class to your partner, and then you're going to switch, and your partner is going to teach the first 15 minutes of their class to you. So using cueing, right, verbal, visual, kinesthetic cueing, counting, all of that stuff that we've been talking about all semester regarding effective cueing and feedback. So be ready to present that in our Zoom meeting on Thursday. Okay, so we're getting down to the end here. Your lesson plans, your teaching demonstrations should be pretty much finished, ready to go. Next week when we meet face-to-face at Delta, I will take a look at each one of your lesson plans individually. We're going to practice again leading in person segments of our lesson plan to the entire class, because this will be kind of our last day to actually practice in a face-to-face setting. And then you can see the week after we actually start those teaching demonstrations. Okay, so all of the classes will be face-to-face from there on out. So it's getting down to the end here. Again, on Thursday this week when we meet in Zoom, make sure that you have your ACE exam date scheduled. So you have a date and a time scheduled to take your ACE exam. I'm going to be asking each one of you what that is, and I'm going to be writing it down. Okay, so I need to know date and time of your ACE exam. Also, I still have a few people who have not emailed me back regarding scheduling their face-to-face office hour meetings with me. So make sure that you are getting back with me by Thursday to let me know what date and what time you'd like to reserve to meet with me for our office hour meeting. Remember, that is part of your grade, so we need to get that scheduled so you can get those points. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great Monday morning, and I will send out the Zoom link for our meeting this Thursday at 11:30 a.m.